Hi, everyone, and welcome to Ask Christa, where I answer listener questions about business challenges and workplace issues. I'm Christa Dhimo, and here's a quick reminder. My show is a free resource to help people get through common day-to-day issues at work. I keep it going because of the questions I receive and my listeners, but you know how it helps if you like and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening, and I thank you for the support. This is episode 71 in season 6, which focuses on dealing with bad bosses. And in fact, this season has created so much interest and additional questions that I've decided that next season we'll continue focusing on what it takes to deal with bad bosses and do it in a way that will enrich your career too, not just theirs, by you figuring out how to manage them. Today's episode is about stress. And the common theme is based on what we should all be considering when it comes to our mental health in the face of high stress from others. The importance of managing our own stress first. Here's the listener question. My boss is a great guy, but he's always stressed out. He has a newborn at home, so isn't getting good sleep, and his dad has Alzheimer's. We know that's tough, and he's always been a great boss, but lately he's been losing his patience with us. On the one hand, we were waiting for his stress to show up, but on the other hand, it's getting problematic. He doesn't always communicate what he thinks he's communicated, then asks us as a team why we're always behind on our tasks when we aren't. We're taking on some of his work to make sure nothing falls through the cracks, but he's getting more irritable and critical, which isn't like him. Last week he lashed out at me saying he's tired of me making excuses for being late on my tasks when I wasn't late at all. He never told me that something was due. We're all worried about him. Last week, some of us approached our HR business partner to determine how we can have a supportive intervention and help him get the help he needs while also making sure he doesn't take us down with him. My question is, how else can I help him? And here's my answer. You're doing the best you can for your boss by getting a trusted HR business partner involved. If you work at an organization where HR is understood as a strategic driver for organizational performance, and let me take an aside here to describe what that looks like. You can assume HR is a strategic lever in the organization when the HR leader reports directly to the CEO, and especially if the organization places emphasis on culture, performance, development, and metrics that measure performance as a future or leading indicator of success. So if you have that, then your HR business partner will know how to effectively support your boss and your team in a way that is supportive, expert, and within the various laws and protections of employees and also for the company. So, from a preliminary perspective, I wouldn't do anything more for now. You are helping him by understanding the context of his situation, giving him an earned benefit of the doubt, showing compassion and respect for his circumstances, and treating him with dignity by getting the right people involved before anyone spreads rumors or starts talking about him behind his back. But and this is for anyone dealing with a stressed out boss or anyone else at work who's really stressed out. It's equally important to check in on your own stress too. We all experience stress every day. Sometimes it's good stress, sometimes it's slow burn stress, sometimes it's bad stress, and sometimes it's in the moment stress, like your laptop won't work when you have a virtual meeting to go to, then it finally works and you make it on time. In that case, your stress spikes and then it settles back down again. We talk a lot about how to manage stress, but like so many other things, especially in the workplace, we don't pay enough attention to identifying the signals of stress before it becomes a problem. In society, especially in the United States, we get into the habit of reacting to big things instead of preparing for them, or we create chaos during an unpredicted situation instead of building skills to manage life when things we didn't account for occur. Sound familiar? We then bring this into the workplace, and except for large enterprise-level organizations, very few companies take the time to develop competencies that enable employees, and especially managers, to see the signals of stress, then determine whether and how they should be addressed before they have a negative impact on performance. In the case of our listener's boss, the signals for stress happened back when they knew his dad had Alzheimer's. That alone creates a difficult circumstance, a heartbreaking circumstance, and always for family members. Another signal for stress happened back when the organization knew our listener's boss expected a newborn in his house. Those two items alone will cause massive disruption to a good human, which means massive disruption to those around the good human dealing with all of that. And yet, there's a pervasive assumption that we'll just figure it out on our own. And most times, we can't. We might think we can, but sooner or later, we'll reach the point when we start to break down because there's simply too much stress. And once we start to break down, we start to put stress on others around us. And so, for our listener, I'd like to offer some things for you to consider so you're taking care of yourself amidst the stress you've experienced too. First, whatever your HR business partner offers to help for your manager, how your manager is going to deal with things in his current stress, ask how much of that can be applied to your team too, or if there are other ways you can help the team start to deal with, mitigate, and then reduce some of the stress. There's no question that others are feeling stressed out considering what you've described in your question, and that should be addressed also. With that, ask what you can all do to help improve the balance of responsibilities and tasks across the team. I'm sure everyone's been finding ways to adjust in some areas, and you even talked about taking on some of your boss's work so things don't fall between the cracks. But in other areas, this could become problematic. When you feel stressed out, your energy and time and brain power automatically go toward managing the stress, whether you want it to or not. And that means less energy, time, and focus on tasks at hand, much less ways to make work better and maintain or even improve performance. Your manager needs and will hopefully receive some accommodations, but that doesn't mean everyone else immediately takes on some of his work. There's no sense in shifting some of the problem over to the team. This is an opportunity to examine what work is done, when, by who, and whether there are opportunities to find better ways of working. So see if you can get some short-term support with that also. And last, see what employee assistance programs are available to support a team that's becoming stressed out. I realize not all companies have these kinds of programs, and frankly, not all companies understand the impact even moderate stress has on an organization when that stress is prolonged without an end in sight. It's not something you should assume everyone can overcome, nor should they have to if it's related to an issue at work that can be remedied. But employees who are contending with difficult issues in their personal lives, and yes, having a newborn is the difficult issue if you're not getting enough sleep, that will have compounded issues in their professional lives. And employees who are able to be their best and do their best at work means that an organization also has the opportunity to be its best and do its best every day for its customers, which in turn makes everything good. For your resources located in the show notes, I've included an article from American Psychological Association called Coping with Stress at Work. It was written in July 2014, but updated in October 2024. It's a part of their work tagged with stress and healthy workplaces. And I recommend you at least click on the healthy workplaces tag. That section opens up with articles about burnout, uncertainty, and even how to deal with a chaotic workplace. Next up, an article called How to Cope with Stress at Work. It's from the Mind website. They're a charity organization headquartered in England and Wales with a mission to have government and health services take mental health needs more seriously, while also enabling those in need to receive the help they deserve and raise awareness more broadly to support a keen societal focus on the importance of mental health. Their article is easy to read and practical. And that's the kind of resource I aim for with this show because yes, we all know that mindfulness and meditation can be helpful in times of stress, but most people simply need a few everyday actions they can take in the moment when they attend to so many other things in their lives and they just need a quick fix to help with stress. The Mind article provides just that. And last, a video from the American Psychological Association from August 2024 called Understanding, Recognizing, and Managing Stress in the Workplace. It's about 6 minutes long and packed with good information. I will say that it's produced a bit like a required workplace training session, but here's why I love it. You will hear phrasing and language that will not only feel relatable, but will also equip you with how to say you're stressed at work and then take action in a meaningful way. Most times, all we need is to know what to say or how to describe the issues we need or we're experiencing in order to get the right help. And once that happens, the good stuff starts up again. And remember, good people need good people. Get good people around you. Get into a community of good people who share your values, be it at work or outside of work, or both. And there it is, episode 71 from season 6, focused on dealing with bad bosses. Like and subscribe here, but also go to my site and send in your question. It's askchrista.com. That's Christa with a CH. You'll also see answers to other questions listed by category and season. And every season has a theme. As always, thank you for your support. And remember, if you have a business challenge or workplace issue, ask Christa.